So what happens when the entire nation boycotts Israel? What happens when every city, every town, every state boycotts Israel? Are y'all gonna lock everybody up and charge them a $1 million or put them in for 20 years? Here you are struggling to deport immigrants legally with due process. You sat here on TV talking about, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna give all of them court dates? Like, how the hell are we gonna do that? Well, what's gonna happen when you have 17,000 protesters protesting Israel? Where are the prisons at to put these people in? Aren't they overcrowded right now? So how are you going to lock up people for 20 years on tax dollars and then charge them $1 million? How do you expect this plan to work?
Ladies and gentlemen, I am so attached to this topic. Let's talk about it, and I want to know what black people have to say, most especially black people and black people only. But if you're new here, before we get into it, my name is Natskuna Esther. If you're new here, hi, welcome. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, like, comment, and share. Let me know what you think. Oh my God, a law is in place for American people to be taken to jail for boycotting Israel. You say something about Israel, jail or $1 million fine. Why? How? Who came up with that idea? DJT is treating America like it's a belonging that belongs to Israel. But I am so, oh my God, I am so happy that a black man is speaking on this, because I feel like black people have been silent, but like I really love to see black people talking about this topic. So let's see what people have to say.
Y'all are bullying people for dissenting anything. You can't bully people for protesting Israel or protesting Canada or protesting Mexico. It doesn't matter. You can't sit up there and withhold funds from colleges and universities because they don't like America. That's not how politics works. We as Americans have to go to other countries. And guess what? We may go to these other fucking countries and we may not like those goddamn countries. Should they lock us up for 20 years? And throw away the key? Do you want other countries to start grabbing up Americans and throwing them in jail and sending them to El Salvador? Do you want that to happen? Why are you sitting here attacking our allies? Congress in office for if all you're going to do is allow this man to rule as king? Why are we nominating you to represent us when you're going to allow him to just do what he wants? Why do you need our vote? And then you go to these town halls pissing off the people who actually put your dirty ass in office. You go there and then you ask them to leave your town halls because they're dissenting, because they don't agree with what you're doing or what the Trump administration is doing to this country. Now here we have Israel, where y'all have vested interest in, which is why you want the extra $1 trillion. We just spent the last 3 weeks $1 billion trying to prevent Israel from getting attacked. And you know what just been? A hypersonic missile traveling 13,000 miles from the Middle East landed right next to an international airport in Israel. They just shot a hypersonic missile that bypassed both of Israel's defenses. The American THAAD system, THAAD, and the multi-arrow system that Israel has to stop missiles. It bypassed both of them. These missiles can travel up to 10,000 miles per hour. And the Houthis told them this is because of what the fuck did to Gaza. Because what happens when one of those missiles hits a civilian plane full of civilians? These people are not playing with us. The United States has gotten too comfortable in its military presence. First of all, you dismissed a lot of military people to fight in war. You dismissed a lot of knowledgeable fuckers who know how to strategically infiltrate and do the job that the Army was so great for doing because of DEI. You dismantled the very structure of our Army. And now you're sitting here poking bears as if we got the strongest military when the shit is in complete shambles. You got Pete Hegseth in the Pentagon with our tax dollars. The alcoholic is out here drinking whiskey, Jack Daniels, and a fucking, I don't know, Long Island iced tea while he's texting his wife signal secrets. This is the person who's over our military standards, conduct, rules, controls, strategies. If you have a son, a daughter, a mother, whether you're right or left, These people can lose their life because of what's going on right now. You may not have a mom next year. You may not have a brother next year. You may not have a son, a daughter, a cousin. You may not have them next year. Because what he's doing right now is causing a world war. And guess who they're looking at? The United States. Nobody's warring with anybody else. Everybody's looking at the United States, ready for us to bust and move. You think people ain't standing by waiting for the U.S. to do some stupid shit? They are ready. And I'm sitting here like, how don't you this? How is Congress allowing this shit to happen? How is the Supreme Court, judges, anybody not shutting this man down completely? How is law enforcement listening to these people that he put in power? How is the FBI listening to this man? How is the military listening to Pete Hegseth do unconstitutional rules? Unconstitutional demands on our agencies that we pay our taxes for. Now you're talking about locking people up for 20 years in what prisons? How are you going to fund it? And charging them $1 million? When you put people in prison, it comes out of our tax dollars. You done rose tariffs sky and high. Now you're talking about charging the movie industry. It's just you don't know what, and they should have voted for Kamala. It's as simple as that. But before y'all admit that y'all made a mistake, and before y'all say y'all should have voted for a black woman, y'all will continue to allow this man to destroy the country and for us to sit by and watch it happen. And if we happen to say something about this wonderful country that we love, then we're sent to prison for 20 years. Or we're fined with $1 million. Or we're deported to El Salvador. Fuck are we living? Is this our country or not? If so, let us know. Because at this point, there's no purpose in staying here. What are you staying here for? Just for your chance to be deported? To be thrown in prison? To be your money stolen from? To be banned from any other country that's around the United States? What is our purpose for staying here at this point? Why pay taxes so that you can torture us for 4 or 5 years? Why do states enforce us to pay federal taxes when they know you're wasting our money? All of this shit doesn't make sense to me. Maybe somebody in the comments can make it make sense.
I don't think this can even ever make sense because it feels like American citizens are paying taxes for Israel to exist peacefully. When Israel wakes up and then they decide to cause trouble with another country, America's just there to be like, hey, I got your back. Do whatever you want to do. Or, no, you black people, or you people on the internet, you talk too much about USA supporting Israel. Okay. You're asking too much where your taxes are going. Jail time. As if the jails are not already full yet. See, the jails are full. They try to even jail immigrants. There is no space for them. And they want more jail time for Americans themselves if they talk badly about Israel. $1 million US. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to make of this